What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Terence Bud Crawford, who is widely considered by many to be the '1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, with a record of 39 wins, no loss and no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Bud Crawford, he puts up a photo on his social media of him in shape and says that he is a gym rat, an absolute gym rat. At the same time, Bleacher Report reports that Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, the fight, a highly anticipated mega undisputed welterweight showdown between Terence Crawford and undefeated unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol "The True" Spence Jr., who is widely considered by many to be top 2, if not #1, definitely top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, with a record of 28 wins, no loss and no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, so with that said, that sparked the speculation that could we actually see the highly anticipated welterweight showdown between the two in June. There was reports that we could see it in June 17th, right? So now we get Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is reporting that it's going to take place in June. There's a lot of speculation surrounding this fight. This is the fight that's highly anticipated and many people can't wait to see. They want to see who is actually the best fighter in the world, okay? And again, there's a mega fight coming up April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, between Gervonta Tank Davis and King Ryan Garcia. And that's a highly anticipated fight. It's a mega fight. It's a very popular fight. But this fight right here has all the makings of legacy fight, okay? It's completely different because Ryan Garcia is unproven, to which Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, well, they're very well proven, okay? Their record and their background speaks for itself. So many people, they anticipate and seeing Terence Crawford face off against Errol Spence for undisputed. There's never been a 4 major sanction belt undisputed welterweight world champion in the history of the sport of boxing. There has been undisputed champion. The last undisputed champion was Zab Super Judah, but that was the 3-belt era. Zab Judah, he held the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF, okay? That's before the WBO, World Boxing Organization. The belt that Terence Crawford actually holds became one of the major sanction belts, okay? And because of that, the history will be in the making when these two face off against each other. And not to mention, these are two undefeated world champions in the absolute prime of their career. So everybody's anticipating this fight and has legacy written all over it. And both guys are top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. When you look at Ryan Garcia, this is no slight to Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia is not considered top 10, not even top 15 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. He's never fought for a world title, so obviously he's never won a world title. He's 23 wins, no loss and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. But again, like I stated, Ryan Garcia has never fought for a world championship, so obviously he's never been a world champion, okay? And when you look at Gervonta Tank Davis, he's a 3-division world champion, undefeated knockout artist, and widely considered to be on the verge of being the face of the sport of boxing. He's a major draw within the sport of boxing with a record of 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 26 big wins by way of knockout at 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, okay? So Gervonta Tank Davis, he's a big knockout artist. He's a major draw. And he's a 3-division champion, but again, Gervonta Tank Davis has never unified the belt, okay? And he's the regular champion. He simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight and the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight. But Ryan Garcia has never unified the belts. He held the IBF at super featherweight as well, okay? So he held the IBF and the WBA super titles, but he's never unified the belts. And because he's never unified the belts, everybody wants to see this fight with Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, because this fight, all the implications, all the the talent, the storyline. Terence Crawford, he started his career in a lower weight class. Terence Crawford, he started his career at 130, became a champion 135, 140, and 147. So he's a 3-division world champion in his own right. But he unified the belts. He was undisputed at junior welterweight, okay? And Errol Spence, obviously, he unified the belts. He's the WBA, WBC, and IBF world champion. So if this was back in the days, in the Zab Judah era, Errol Spence would be considered the undisputed welterweight world champion. But again, like I stated, this is not that era. The WBO is now a major sanction belt, and so because the WBO is a major sanction belt, you are not the undisputed champion until you hold all 4 of the major sanction belts. Okay, and so that's a part of the reason why this fight is so highly anticipated. Not to mention the fact that Terence Crawford has knocked out 11 of his last 12 to 13 opponents. Okay, Errol Spence, he dominates and destroys his opponents. He broke Kell Brook's orbital bone, stopping him for his first world title opportunity in the UK. Okay, picking up the IBF strap in Kell Brook's backyard. He fought against Yordanis Ugas, broke his nose, ribs, and orbital bone to pick up his WBA strap. He had an epic back and forth seesaw type of showdown with 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, retired future Hall of Famer, and Showtime Sean Porter. So and he picked up Sean Porter's WBC title. So with that said, these are mega fights between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford because of the history, the resume that both guys hold and have. Okay, so that makes this fight even more anticipated, and everybody just wants to see it. So every time one of these guys posts anything on social media, it's going to be viewed with a magnifying glass. Now I saw some people putting out information and saying that, well, Terence Crawford looked like he lost it. Okay, I even saw a post where somebody said Terence Crawford got old overnight. Okay, I don't know where they get that from. I'm looking at the physique of Terence Crawford, and he's not in 1,000% in training camp, and he's in tip-top shape. So, you cannot gauge by the picture of Terence Crawford got old overnight. That just that's not a clear indication of what's taking place, right? That doesn't tell the whole story. So with that said, Terence Crawford, again, he has knocked out 11 or 12 of his last 13 opponents, okay? And Terence Crawford has the ability to switch from orthodox to southpaw. That's another thing that's make this so intriguing, because you have a natural, big, strong southpaw who's technically sound and very aggressive with extremely high work rate in Errol the True Spence Jr. And then you have a guy in Terence Bud Crawford who's unorthodox with his style, Terence Crawford, he has extremely long arms for his size. Terence Crawford has power in both hands, okay? And he fights orthodox or southpaw, okay? Now, I'm one to believe that Terence Crawford is predominantly a southpaw now these days. When Terence Crawford is in the orthodox stance, it's normally now to start the fight off, to gauge his opponent, and then at some point in time, by the second, third round, Terence Crawford is going to be in the southpaw stance, and he typically stays in the southpaw stance. You may every now and then see Terence Crawford switch from orthodox to southpaw, but predominantly he's in the southpaw stance. Back in the days when he fought the likes of Victor Postal and Yuriorkis Gamboa and those type of guys at 135 and 140, Terence Crawford would switch more from orthodox to southpaw. But to this day, Terence Crawford is more of a southpaw than anything, okay? But he's strong, he has power, and it's so intriguing because nobody actually knows how it's going to play out. Is Terence Crawford going to be able to deal with the fundamentals, the physicality, and the strength of Errol Spence and the body attack of Errol the True Spence Jr.? And is Errol Spence going to be able to deal with the long arms, power in both hands, the unorthodoxness of a Terence Bud Crawford? Okay, so it's very, very intriguing. And this is not the knock. Again, like I stated, Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is a mega massive fight, okay? But it's more of a popularity fight because we have not seen Ryan Garcia do much within the sport of boxing, okay? We've seen Gervonta Tank Davis. He is definitely proven Gervonta Tank Davis is that guy. He is what like Mark Jackson said, mama, there goes that man. That is Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? But the problem is Ryan Garcia is extremely popular, but we have not seen it happen from Ryan Garcia. We haven't seen Ryan Garcia prove it on the biggest stage. So with that said, you know, that's why this fight right here, where two guys are considered top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, depending upon who you favor, that's what makes this fight so intriguing. So Bleacher Report is reporting that it's going to happen in June. Okay, we know Spectrum reported it's going to happen in June, but then there was reports that came out that said it's not going to happen yet. Okay, so we don't know. Now we know former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman, he has been removed from all the other sanction bodies, and he was the plan B for Errol Spence if Terence Crawford doesn't come to fruition. Is that an indication that we're going to get Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman June 17th? That looks to be Errol Spence's date with or without Terence. So with or without Terence Crawford, June 17th looks to be Errol Spence's date, okay? So are we going to see Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman or Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford? That's yet to be seen. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Make of it what you will. What you think about the photo that Terence Crawford put up? Do he look like he lost a step in his physique? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.